Welcome to the final chapter of our Dash and Dad run through Resident Evil The Village. In the last chapter, Ethan defeated Heisenberg, but then in a cutscene that we're not seeing, he was killed by Miranda. We took over gameplay as Chris Redfield. He and his wolf pack are here to destroy Miranda. They're kind of surprised that the Megamycete is so active. Kind of the secondary job he thinks he might have is the ability to save Rose still. So there's still somebody looking out for Rose, but the main goal here is to get to Miranda and kill her. He figures it's down there in the middle of the village where you can see the big ropes of mold growing. Now in the previous runs we had upgraded our weapons to infinite ammo and we were using a S.T.A.K.E. None of that affects Chris's weapons. Chris can't upgrade his weapons, so they are what they are. Though in casual, Chris is overpowered from the beginning. But we haven't even bought the infinite ammo options for his weapons, so he's running off of what he finds. Again, on casual, it's not really a problem. It's sort of a shame that we had to cut so much of the storyline by cutting the cutscenes, but at the same time, I think maybe I'll add a set of cutscenes as a follow-on video to the whole thing. So somebody that's interested in the storyline that has watched this can find at the bottom of the playlist in a couple of days at least the storyline told through cutscenes and only cutscenes. So it's kind of the opposite of what we're doing here. In casual mode, it's fun to play with Chris here. You can just be, you can be the Chris Redfield you know and love, aggressive, pushing forward, always leaning into the straps, not even pausing. In Village of Shadows mode, the fact that you can't upgrade his weapons becomes a real problem. Because he's stuck playing with these Tinker Toys. Here I've managed to get myself into a bit of a mess as I've been over aggressive and gotten down into the middle of the pack, but Chris being Chris works his way out of it. This is an interesting sequence. If you sit back and wait, this is almost an infinite, it may be infinite, number of wolves that will just keep respawning. They'll keep spawning in 2s, 3s, and 4s. But once you get to here, everything that's behind you stops. And so on a speed run, your goal is to get there as quickly as possible, because everything spawning behind you stops. You get one free shot at this big root that's in your way. And there are a couple of looping areas. You can see over to the right there is another weapons cache. And there's a way through there, but I always have a hard time seeing it. This way feels really good to me. There's a kill zone right there at the gate. See how effective a good pinch point kill zone is, especially if you have a strong weapon. And behind you, there's reloading all your cache. Just keep clearing this until he tells you that he's ready. When you feel like you've drawn him forward that way, if you don't draw him far enough towards you that way, then they'll start coming up over the roof here at you, and you'll see someone starts that. You have to be real careful of that, because if that last little laser point was on him instead of on the Megamycete, the bomb drops there, even though like 90% of the painting was on the roof. It's where that last little bit is, and if it just happens to hit their head, then you get hit by the strike, and they get hit by the strike, and you have to do it all over again because nothing hurt the Megamycete. This is not a good place to be. It works out on casual fine, but you can see this is the death trap here, especially if you're not very strong. Grenade is a nice little hole where you can start to paint, but let's see how quickly they recover from being all killed. They're all down with it. On casual though, they're not quite aggressive enough, and they're a little slow. So as long as I don't paint that statue with it. Once the last hit hits that, every time it hits the Megamycete, it kills all the wolves. 3 shots at the Megamycete, it was down.
I'm going in. The rest of you stay back.
Another weapons cache, pick up some ammo, some grenades. Coming up is Urias' big brother, Urias Strājer. And he carries a big poking mace, spiked mace. He also has a lot of body armor on him. About the only place he's vulnerable. If you watched our Knives Only cut, links to the playlist is in the description of the video. You can see his knuckles where he grips the thing are kind of vulnerable. Everything else in the front of him is basically invulnerable. But if you just keep hitting him with some mines, some grenades, and when he exposes that back, you can hit that. That does a lot of damage to him. In the knife only run, you have to do it without using the backup support. Here you'll see pretty soon our wolf pack will be in place, and we can use the laser pointer. I ran out of ammo in the machine gun. Instead of reloading, I wanted to get the handgun off.
Good. I'll signal with the locator.
Doing lots of damage to him there. That's keeping him down good. Paint him now. All that damage, it only took one laser strike to kill him. So this went much smoother and much faster than I was really expecting it to. Again, it was the idea to just push forward, that things will stop spawning behind you, but you don't have to kill everything. Always in previous runs, I always made it harder than it needed to be by trying not to advance until it was clear. And since things aren't going to clear up, that becomes a problem.
So if Miranda was the fake Mia, where's the real?
In a few days, we'll be starting to upload our Village of Shadows difficulty run, and in that you'll see a striking difference when you get to Chris. In casual and even in standard, he seems powerful and strong. In Village of Shadows difficulty, he is neither. He is slow, takes forever to reload. Ethan is much stronger. But in casual, he's fun to play.
There wasn't time.
He's going to get up here, conversation with his wolf pack, telling you why he didn't tell Ethan, I guess. It's kind of a lame excuse, but his pack seems to think so too. In here you get all sorts of revelations if you take the time to read those documents. You find out that Spencer was involved in all this, and it's kind of here right at the beginning, and that this led to the whole T virus, the G virus, all of that. It's all connected back to here in Miranda. The cutscene that happened there was Chris talking to Mia and telling Mia that Ethan was dead, and she goes, "No, you don't understand. Ethan's special, way special." And of course, then we cut back to the scene with Ethan waking up.
How did I get here?
He doesn't know where. I don't even know where he is. That none of this looks familiar at all to the rest of the game. But in that, he has a conversation with Eveline from Resident Evil 7, and Eveline's telling him, "Miranda didn't kill you. You died when Jack killed you in Resident Evil 7, right at the beginning of the game. He killed you then. And you're dead. You've been dead for a long time." And the first question on everybody's mind that Capcom never bothers to answer is, how did dead Ethan mold Ethan? How did Mia conceive Rose with a pile of mold, basically?
I gotta go.
But it explains a lot of why Ethan can pour a little juice on his hand and be good to go. And here, I take the time to save. It's not because I'm afraid of Miranda, but because this is a great staging. For those of you that achievement hunters, probably you're an achievement hunter if you're watching it. If you're watching a Dashing Dad run of Resident Evil 7 or 8, you're probably an achievement hunter. So that winds up being a great staging ground, because while we're still going to, all our time is still going. It took a few seconds to save, but all of our time is still going. if, for instance, you were on a knife only and you save there, you can still use the knife only up here, but then before you make the next run, you can restore there, equip yourself with whatever weapons you want to start the next game with, come up here on it, and it's a casual playthrough, so, you know, and then kill Miranda, and you'll be equipped the way you want to be equipped for the next run. It's also a good place to go do the things like the countdown, lucky number 7 type achievements where you're trying to get the specific number of lay in your inventory at the same time. So, anyway, the upgraded spike is still working. You can tell Miranda's having a hard time even holding the shape. She's going from her spider mode to her fly mode back to her ground mode. Now she's in dart mode. I find this kind of a hard situation, but if you happen to catch her as she's appearing here, you can stop that whole mode right away. And we're already to the end of the game. She's going to pull us up here. I mean, it's all but over now. You're prompted what to shoot. And so at the end of this, at the end of killing her here, there's only going to be cutscenes. The whole story's over. And that was our Dashing Dad Resident Evil Village run. You'll see me skip through the cutscenes and you'll get the splash screens for the achievements and the in-game challenges, etc.